David Baye here for NPC News Online, wrapping things up from the 2018 IFBB Omaha Pro and NPC Duel of Champions. 77 IFBB athletes here in Nebraska today and very well represented across all four divisions. We're going to kick things off with this wrap-up with our bikini division. Last year's champion, Stacy McLeod, in the house tonight. Fell down one spot, ended up finishing in second place in that runner-up spot. Not quite possibly as tight as we've seen her necessarily in the past, but still a really good look for Stacy, finishing again in second. We had Natasha Coleman finishing in that third place spot. Natasha having a very solid 2018. She's been consistently placing in those top 5 spots and racking up quite a few points for that Olympia qualification series. But our winner here today in Omaha, Maria Goncalves, definitely a good look for her. Not necessarily the leanest bikini girl we saw today or the biggest, but she just had a really nice balance, good aesthetics, good flow to her physique, and a well-deserved win. Now, we know with bikini, it's a little bit different than some of the other divisions in that a win in bikini doesn't automatically qualify you for the Olympia, but she did get 8 qualification points, so definitely a good finish for Marcia here in Omaha. Moving forward into our women's physique division, again, we had last year's champion, Leanne Temnick, find her way down a spot into second place. Same as with bikini. Taking away that first place spot was Mayla Ash. Mayla looked absolutely phenomenal here today. A very solid balance of symmetry, conditioning, aesthetics, proportion. Not too big for women's physique, but definitely stood out as a front runner right in that first call out. Finishing in third place, we had a relative newcomer, as far as I know, in Valentina Mishina, all the way from Russia. Now, Valentina really stands out when she gets on that stage. Not quite as tight as she needed to be, but very good muscularity, good proportions, fantastic presentation, and she's a girl where if she can tighten up a little bit and improve on that conditioning, she can make her way into that winner spot at just about any show. Very impressed with Valentina. We also had women's bodybuilding, sponsored by the Wings of Strength. You guys know them, doing great things for women's bodybuilding. We had last year's champion, Maria McCullough here. We had a champion from 2016, Isabella Terrell. And as with our other two divisions, I feel like a broken record here. Your champion from last year, Maria McCullough, falling to that second place spot. We saw LaDawn McDay in third place. Very well-balanced physique, good proportions, but taking away that winning spot and getting her qualification for the Rising Phoenix World Championship is Isabel Terrell. Now, Isabel still not quite peaked for this show, not where we'd like to see her at conditioning-wise, but in this lineup, she really stood out. It was definitely a close-fought battle between her and Maria for that first place spot. You saw some places where Maria stood out as the winner, some places where Isabel edged her, but again, judges going with Isabel for today, so congratulations getting her title back from 2016. And then our final division that we had here was our men's classic physique. This was a deep class. We had 21 competitors and very well represented. This class really shows the evolution of this classic physique division in that some of these guys that were outside of the top 3, outside of the top 5, were very, very impressive competitors. At the end of the day, your winner, a former bodybuilder, Panex Pierre. I've seen Panex at a lot of shows, always a little slender for that open men's bodybuilding division, but I'll tell you what, this transition for him from bodybuilding to classic physique really served him well. He walked away with the win, and in a bigger picture, he is on his way to Las Vegas for the Olympia. He got very emotional on stage, and rightfully so. You know, anybody who ever steps on stage, the dream is Joe Weider's Olympia weekend. Panex, not necessarily somebody who might have seen that in the bodybuilding division. Again, a good transition to classic, and he's on his way to Vegas. Finishing in our runner-up spot, we had Omar Batista, another one of those guys we see consistently placing in the top 5. Hasn't gotten that win yet, but look for big things from Omar, and he certainly is racking up a lot of points. In third place, we had Lewan Jones. Now, this guy really stood out to me. A big guy for classic physique. I know we talked a lot after the New York Pro about Regan Grimes and how big he was. This Lewan Jones is a big guy, but he flows very well, has a lot of muscle. I'm guessing he's barely making weight. We saw him finish in third. Now, this is a guy where if he tightens up a little bit, picks the right show, he can get that win and also get a qualification for the Olympia. So once again, guys, the IFBB divisions represented very well here in Omaha. The NPC had a great show, so definitely a great year for for Jack and Antitone here at the Omaha Pro and NPC Duel of Champions. But that's going to do it for us, guys. As always, we're going to have all the pictures, the scorecards, all the results, and everything else you guys are used to right there on NPC News Online. Make sure to check it out. But that's going to do it for us from the 2018 Omaha Pro and NPC Duel of Champions. I'm David Baye for NPC News Online, and we are out.